Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! It is me, Mad Mike, and we are here to talk some NXT. With me, as advertised, is the one and only Sorgatron.
I'm fancy with my bow tie because I'm talking NXT. Because we've upped the class of this product with Bobby Roode over the last year.
Sure. That's definitely a way of looking at it, even though I'm not exactly sure what changes he's made. But anyway, we're not alone today. We're not alone. And I know I did this gimmick for the other one. I'm going to do it again. But I'm just going to shorten it because Alex Kahrs is here.
Hey, do you guys hear that sound? It's the roar of the crowd.
Should we stomp our feet and move it loud?
Okay. Let's follow it up by more silence.
Sorg. It's the old theme song lyrics for NXT. Sorg.
Has it been that long?
Sorg, you have to answer.
I mean, I know they switched the theme song like twice since then.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Never
mind.
Talk about
NXT. Sorg.
All right. Well, all right. Anyway, Alex, we started with you in 205 Live. Guess what? Back of the line. Sorg, what is your one word for NXT this week?
My word for NXT is so meh.
Yeah, meh is a pretty good descriptor. Alex, how about you? What's your word?
My word is talk.
Okay. My word this week is knockout. Knockout. It kind of works for reasons.
Sure.
Get it? Knockout. All right. Anyway, Sorg, what is your good this week for NXT?
Honestly, Ember Moon. It was like the best thing going on. Maybe seconded by Velveteen Dream. I know I said Velveteen Dream is on here. Nothing else really matters, but I'm a fan of Ember. I mean, it really was a squashy match. Oh, help me. Is Lady Tapa from TNA?
She's a knockout, Sorg.
Okay. All right.
Yes, knockout.
All right. Let me come back around for my bad.
Yeah, Lady Tapa was basically the Tamina of TNA.
Okay, I'll step up. Lady Tapa was also my bad because I'm like, wait, that's Lady Tapa. That was supposed to be awesome in Impact or something, right? And then it's like switched.
Awesome.
It was just like, oh, okay.
Sorg,
oh, this could be interesting. Oh, this could be an interesting.
Yeah, see, I thought that too. I thought it could have been interesting, and then it was just like, nope, squish. My good this week is Nikki Cross. Just Nikki Cross's presence. She is so ready for the main roster, it's not even funny. Like, even more ready for the main roster than Asuka is. I'm not joking at all. When she jumped in front of the Authors of Pain, I seriously wanted Nikki Cross to just start wrecking ass on them. And I'm not joking. Not in the least. Like, if it was Nikki Cross and Killian Dane versus the Authors of Pain at TakeOver, I would be all for it. All for it. All right, Kahrs, what's your good for this week?
My good for this week was Drew's "We Are NXT" speech. I actually really enjoyed that. I thought, because to be honest, like his rise in the NXT ranks since his return and everything, and signing with NXT, it was good. But I feel like him kind of addressing like his own past as the quote unquote chosen one, and kind of explaining like the idea of him kind of calling Bobby Roode out on similar mannerisms, if you will. I thought that was really good. I just really enjoyed that a lot personally. So that was my good for this week.
Okay. All right. Let's jump right to my bad. My bad was the exact same segment. My bad was the exact same segment. And this is not because it's a bad promo. It's a good promo. It was a better promo when I saw him do the exact same fucking promo in the same state, just in a different arena. and that arena was the Impact Zone. Like, I haven't seen them side by side, but they pretty fucking close.
I gotta say, like, we talk about timey-wiminess that we're going to on Lucha Underground here next, but like Mike is experiencing an interesting kind of timey-wiminess because it's like he's watched all of this before.
Well, see the fucked up thing is, Sorg, I gave up watching Impact, and now I tune into NXT, and it's fucking Impact.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
that's why I have the benefit of having never watched Impact, at least not up to this point.
Not this era, so it's new to me.
Everyone has the benefit of never watching Impact.
Do you remember? Like, I think it was like must see TV Thursday nights, like the Friends era, and it, you know, it's the summertime and they're replaying shows, and that's not really exciting. So they started an ad campaign that says, "Hey, if you missed it the first time, it's new to you." So Alex and me. We're in the watching the Friends rerun for the first time mode, and you're like, I have seen Chandler hide the duck in the apartment too many times. I'm trying to remember any storyline from Friends. I'm sorry.
Is that a euphemism for something?
It could be.
Right.
It very well could be.
Old Chandler hiding that duck in the apartment.
There's a lot of innuendo in that show, and I just stumbled on another thing. So.
I'm just going to restate. I'm just going to kind of reiterate what I was saying just a little bit ago. It's still new to me, dang it.
But see, the thing is, if it was really, really, really good the first time, when I see it again, I'm going to welcome it like an old friend. See what I did there? Friends? Huh?
I'll be there for you.
Exactly, because there are many episodes of Friends that I can just watch over and over and over again. Like when Bobby Roode came in, he basically did his same shtick from TNA, but guess what? Bobby Roode is really, really good, so I really, really like it. Drew Galloway is only the senior undersecretary of Only Okay. And I just called him Drew Galloway, didn't I? It's Drew McIntyre. It's the same guy. Like, because basically when he went to TNA, he just did an anti-WWE gimmick like, oh, they called me the chosen one, then they didn't give me shit. And now he's just back in NXT doing the same thing. Like,
right.
It just didn't work for me. It did not work. Well,
That's
all right,
fair.
Sorg, your bad was TNA based. My bad was TNA based. Alex, are you gonna make it a trifecta of TNA based bads? I'm not sure how you would, but
no, not quite.
Darn.
Not quite. It's funny that Sorg's good was Ember Moon, because if I'm completely honest, Ember Moon was kind of my bad this week.
Oh, what the hell? What? Okay, this is tied to my tie.
You are attached.
I can't walk away.
You are attached, and that's
Stuck here.
why I decided not to wear a bow tie.
How did I wrap my headphones in my bow tie?
Oh, Sorg, you're all out of sorts now.
Sorg,
that was almost
that's bow
bad.
tie maintenance 101.
I'm so mad I can't walk away.
Well, okay, this kind of goes in with the other kind of bad that I had. Like, I can't but I've watched a lot of NXT lately because I do a recap for it every week. But so I've kind of gotten used to the formula of like, here's a match, here's some talking, here's a video package, here's another match, and I've gotten used even to the number of times that those matches are kind of on the short side. But that Ember Moon Lady Tapa match was just way too short for me. And I think that was partly because I knew enough about Tapa to know that, like, to me at least, it was a big deal that she was actually in NXT for that night.
Yep.
All things considered.
I mean, it ain't like James Storm showing up, but I'd say it's on the level of like...
They gave her music. They didn't give her a graphic on the screen, but they gave her music.
Yeah. I'd say it's on the level of
second.
like Blue Pants showing up. Like, people know who that is.
And so it was just too short for me. And on top of that, this is the thing I was thinking about as I've been watching NXT weekly. It's like, I really wish I could get more behind this push that they've been doing with Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm.
But she's already done the hunt for the title and
She
lost.
really has, and she failed.
And
Like-
she failed. And between that and I don't blame her for this because this is circumstances beyond her control.
Mhm.
But when she got injured on the road to Takeover Chicago.
Yeah.
And was pulled from that match.
When it was going to be the fail 4-way.
Right. And then she came back, and now it's basically it's almost literally just doing the same thing over.
Mm-hmm.
It has become a little bit of what else are you going to do?
Yeah,
Right.
and the worst part of it is in her absence because of her injury, they basically pushed two characters who are far and away better characters. Far and away better characters. I'm not saying better performers necessarily, but better characters, just like more believable gimmicks that you can get behind. And I'm sorry, more believable people that I actually think can defeat Asuka.
Yes.
Because
I agree.
Because I truly think, and this, run with me on this if you will, guys. That failed 4-way match wasn't elimination style at TakeOver Chicago. I really think Ember Moon was supposed to win the title at Chicago by pinning either Nikki Cross or Ruby Riott, and we were supposed to get the rematch with Asuka at TakeOver in Brooklyn.
Right, I can see that.
That's what I think was supposed to happen because Asuka technically still never pinned, never submitted. She lost, due to not being involved in a decision.
Right.
And then that's where Ember Moon would have gotten her clean win over Asuka. But this, I'm not buying it. Like, Asuka was in a last woman standing match with Nikki Cross, and they beat the hell out of each other. Ruby Riott and Asuka threw fucking hands. Ember Moon has a flippy shit. Like, that's basically it. Like, I need Asuka to show up, and I need some fucking shit to go down between them before I even buy it. Because Asuka has literally ignored Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm.
She's literally ignored her like she's not even a big deal.
She's on vacation right now, playing video games.
Yeah, she's on vacation.
Yeah.
Like that does not... Like, the only reason I was slightly into Roddy Strong and Bobby Roode is because Bobby Roode showed up every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't just Asuka Lesnar her now, like, where she never shows up. Like, I'm glad she's going to be on next week and they advertise it. Hopefully that'll right the ship, but...
Let's make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you said, my thing is, they've built this story up of Asuka being undefeated, defeating pretty much all the other competition. And I have a hard time believing that Ember Moon, who's already tried and failed to get the title, is supposed to be the one to step up.
Well, I mean, and she failed because of dubious circumstances too. Like,
right.
We need to be reminded of that. Like, Ember Moon should be saying that every fucking week.
Right.
She should be saying that all the time because I guarantee most people have forgotten that.
Right, because I think they've even downplayed that since, like, in her other matches with other women, they've not had her resort to that. No, they haven't. Like, that happened the one time with Ember Moon, and that was it.
And that's why the original build was going fine, but then Ember Moon got injured. And you can't just assume everyone remembers that story. You need to build it up again. Like, right. And I hate saying this, but let's have a contract signing.
Right.
Like, I think that could be... This is one of those instances where a contract signing could be better served for this match.
Yeah.
All right, Sorg, what would you change about NXT this week?
Most of it. Let's take the good two parts of NXT that I enjoyed, and let's just have Ember Moon versus Velveteen Dream.
I'm okay with that. Or let's team them up.
Ooh, kind of like an Ellsworth Carmella thing.
Yes, I'm be okay with this.
That is interesting.
Yes, I would also like to see the Eclipse move into the Purple Rainmaker. Yeah, Yeah. All right, Alex, what will be your change this week?
Well, like I said, the whole thing with Ember and her character and everything aside, give me another minute or two of that match between her and Lady Tapa, because I thought that was getting good when it just ended, which has been the other thing about Ember. It's like, she's got she wrestles a good match, and then they have the whole thing about she can hit that eclipse out of just about anywhere, and it's like, I don't know. It was just really getting good, and then she climbs up like, well, there it is. There's the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, another minute or two of that match would have been great.
Okay. My change this week. Where's Eric Young? Where is Eric Young? I'm
starting to worry about him.
I'm wondering if he's gone fishing.
He's gone fishing way too long.
I'm wondering if he still has a job.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if ODB is calling him up for custody bat.
They mentioned him. They, at least not this week so much, but in the past few weeks when they've been starting this thing with Sanity and Authors of Pain, they've mentioned him as if he's still part of the group. So, but I don't know.
And another change with regards to that same segment, Authors of Pain just beat them down.
Yeah.
What? Come on. I'm already not convinced that Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane are going to be the Authors of Pain. I'm already not convinced of that. You need to convince me that they have a shot in hell. And I swear, if this is just leading to the return of TM61, I'm going to be very upset. Because I didn't care about them to begin with.
Maybe they'll be more badass. Maybe they'll be like Aleister Black style.
And I maintain Aleister Black is not a badass.
And I maintain exactly the opposite.
That's great. Sorg, you know who's a badass? You know who I want? All right, fine. This is my real change. This is my real change. You know who I want to see face the Authors of Pain at TakeOver? The team of Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Oh, yes.
That's who I want to see. You want to talk about some fucking badasses? That's what I want to see. I want to see Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch kick the fucking heads off Akam and Razor. That's what I want to see. That's my NXT. Book it. William Regal, I know you listen. Book it. All right. So, Sorg, I think it's kind of obvious from the fact that we haven't even talked about the main event. Where do you rank NXT this week?
Oh, very, very, very number 3. So sad. So sad.
Sorry, I was just dancing for joy because the repeal again failed in the Senate. So yay, we all still have healthcare.
You know what insanity is? Voting for the same thing again and again and thinking something will go different.
Absolutely, and that's why the push of Ember Moon isn't working. Ha! I brought it back.
Son of a bitch. I have a bow tie, Mike.
I brought it back. Alex, where do you rank NXT this week?
Number 3. And that's hard for me to say because I generally enjoy watching NXT. But this week was, as I've put it, as I was explaining to a friend of mine, this was a rare miss for me as far as NXT goes.
Yeah, NXT is also going to be number 3 for me. I don't care about a lot of the things going on. A whole lot of them I really don't care about. And that's very unfortunate because I like a lot of the talent. I just think pretty much everyone is being used incorrectly. I think everyone is being used incorrectly.
It's just not interesting.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's just not getting my attention. It's just not making me want to watch it.
The people who have gotten my attention on NXT over the past month are Oney Lorcan, Johnny Gargano, Nikki Cross, and Ruby Riott.
There's a, as has happened in the last few years, locally here, IWC's Cage Fury is the same night as NXT Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And I always feel like, well, it's kind of the same audiences and NXT is going to beat you every time. this year I'm looking at the card for what they're doing for Cage Fury, which is pretty great. It has Lufisto in a cage match, a women's cage match, has I'm trying to figure anybody would know. Jonathan Gresham's involved in a War Games match from Ring of Honor. That's going to be fucking awesome. But a bunch of other guys that a lot of people out there maybe haven't heard of unless they listen to a lot of our shows. And some really great stuff. Like, I think they're going to be okay this year. They're not losing against NXT Brooklyn. Everybody will watch on the network afterwards.
Now, that being said, NXT still has not really missed with a takeover. They've still been pretty damn good.
But the excitement going into it is a lot less this year.
Yes. Now, all right, I'm going to spring this on you because I saw a report about this today, and it's a surprise question before we shut it down because we're talking NXT. The hard rumor is that there's going to be a superstar shakeup after SummerSlam, and they might be bringing main roster people to NXT.
That would be fantastic.
Hold on. So, what I want from each of us, one person, if you could have one person from main roster to go back to NXT, who would it be? Sorgatron, go.
Oh, I was thinking about this possibility not too long ago, and man, I'm just come back.
It can be a tag team.
A tag team would make sense too. Let's roll the Ascension back down there. I mean, shit. That's where everybody loved them. So
I think they're starting to get their groove back though. On SmackDown with Breezango?
That's a groove.
They went to Eddie Money together, Sorg.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, that's your choice. That's fine.
I barring that, I think if you bring them back down, let them be, badasses, and maybe have like a real big badass feud with Authors of Pain. You know what I mean?
All right, I can see that. I think
you drop them down to NXT. The hardcore NXTers in Full Sail will remember.
Okay. All right, I can see that too. I think that'd be because then you could have like some creepy stuff too with the Book of Pain and the Ascension being all weird. Like
you kind of go back to the roots of the Ascension, like back in the day when there's a different dude there, a little bit. Give me a shot of them on top of a fake building again,
and they could join up with Aleister Black.
Give
him some direction,
or they could team up with Ember Moon. Who knows?
All right, Alex, putting you on the spot. If you had to pick one person from main roster to go back to NXT, who would it be?
Well, the emphasis here is on who I would want versus who they'd probably send. So, I
would love that.
You've been saying on Raw Wrap Up, you want Shield guys to go away, and
no, exactly
where they can
Roman Reigns in NXT would be the shit.
The crowd would love it.
Fuck yeah, they would.
And then it's really a win-win because NXT will have a ready-made star.
A Samoan?
Dude, I'm all about a Roman Reigns Bobby Roode feud. I'm all about that.
That is hot fire right there. Yes.
And what's his fucking name? Dylan Miley. I forget what his new name is, but Dylan Miley versus Roman Reigns. Sign me up for that. That's the big guy who can't find a tag partner.
Yeah. Where's that guy been?
Yeah, exactly. Or hell, you want to do an underdog feud? You want to send him in as a heel? Johnny Gargano needs someone to fight a takeover. Johnny Gargano versus Roman Reigns? Yes, and please.
Man, that would be great if somebody swung by, like maybe Nakamura dropped for the night for takeover and took him on or something. Yeah.
All right, but I'm gonna give you my choice. I don't know how well this would go over, but I think this is what this person needs. And my choice to go back down to NXT, Dolph Ziggler.
Shit, that's the guy I was thinking of.
Dolph Ziggler.
That's exactly who I was thinking of, actually.
Yep.
That's probably the realistic one, too.
I think Dolph Ziggler needs to go back to NXT. I think Dolph Ziggler can have a Tyson Kidd-like renaissance in NXT. Because Tyson Kidd was dry as fucking poster board on the main roster. They brought him back down to NXT, and he made everyone look like $1,000,000 and helped his character at the same time. And honestly, I think if you send Dolph Ziggler down there as kind of the show-off who's been shown up and sent back down to the minors, like he can take it as a slight too. And there are a whole lot of people on NXT who could vehemently disagree with him. Like Dolph Ziggler versus Roddy Strong, yes, please. Dolph Ziggler versus Kassius Ohno, yes, please. Dolph Ziggler versus Johnny Gargano, the show-off versus Johnny Wrestling, yes. And I also just want to see Oney Lorcan kick his face off. But that's all of those things. I think Dolph Ziggler is prime to go to NXT.
See, I like that idea too because I'm sorry.
Another one I'd send down. Another one I'd send back down. Emma. Send Emma back down because if you're not going to do anything with her on Raw, let her have fun in NXT. Let her have fun with the iconic duo. Let her get freaked out by Nikki Cross. Let Emma and Ruby Riott just have a fashion contest. I don't know. I just think they would have a lot of fun with Emma on NXT again. Or they could just completely revert her and she wouldn't be evil Emma and she comes out like blowing bubbles and stuff like that again. That would be great too. Just completely reboot her before she stole an iPad case. Alrighty. So Alex, where can the good people find you on the internet?
Right. Find me at powertothesmarks.com or tweet at me at powertothesmarks. That's the number 2. I also do, as I mentioned earlier, I do a weekly recap of NXT. And I do that for WrestleView.com. One of my friends do the Occupy Pro Wrestling site. So feel free to read up on that, see what I think of the show as I'm doing a recap.
All right. Excellent. Sorg, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me and my bow tie on Sorgatron on the Twitters and the Instagrams and SorgatronMedia.com for all the podcasty things.
Alrighty, and you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Also go to @MayhemShow, look for the hashtag MM for when I live tweet shows such as Lucha Underground, and when I randomly decide to live tweet Boom the Bounty Hunter. Forgot to mention that on 205 Live, but yeah, I watched the shit out of Boom the Bounty Hunter, and it is amazing. It's really a lot of fun, you guys. Yeah, I live tweeted everything about that. Just look up the hashtag GetBooned and the hashtag MM. You'll find all my tweets on it. It's really fun. All right, so for Sorgatron, for Alex Kahrs, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been the Midweek War.